trick him?
Oh, it was a close call because I had, you weren't with me, I don't think.
I don't think so. Is this Emerald? Because I only went once to Emerald Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you trick him?
I had him, how did he get I had him on a long rope, and somehow or other, he was standing out in this field with grass this high, standing there looking morose and sad. So I finally took pity on him and went over and took him off the rope and hobbled him.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the hobbles on all the way, and he was away.
Yeah.
But he wasn't, because there were other horses there,
Yeah.
he wasn't going off yet.
Yeah.
And he'd kind of circle around, but he had his eye on me, you know.
Bless you.
So I thought it was kind of a neat thing that I pulled on that rascal. I fooled him. I had, you know, I always had a big hat on, and once in a while I'd feed him grain in that hat. And he was loose, and a couple of the other horses were on long rope tied up. So I poured grain down where he could see it and they could see it, and they walked right to it, because
Yeah.
that's where I planned on putting it, right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were all over there eating that grain. And it was kind of amusing because he was going nuts wanting some of that grain. And he'd look and his lip would go way out. He was thinking that he was eating that grain, and he kept getting closer. And I finally, I couldn't get, he'd just turn and get by around another horse that was tied up, where I couldn't reach him.
Yeah.
So I finally realized that the grain was the answer if I could work it. And I put it a little bit on the ground, and the other horse could reach it, and he's wanting to get over there. But, and I had laid my lariat rope, in a circle,
Yeah.
around where the grain was, figuring if he ever got his head in there, I'd have him. And that's what finally happened.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he was outraged because when he finally, he'd reach for it, and I just stood perfectly still and looking the other way, and here he'd come up, and pretty soon he managed to reach over and get a bite.
Yeah.
And then
Pull back.
Pull back. Well, we went through that 2 or 3 times, and and I kept getting closer to him.
Yeah.
And I had my hands under the loop of the rope, was where the grain was in the middle.
Yeah.
So I had my hands under the far edge of the rope, and when he finally got all the way down there, I just went, and it went right around his head and neck, and he knew I had him, and he didn't even attempt to get away.
But he probably looked disgusted.
Oh, he did look disgusted. Absolutely. You tricked me, you dirty rat. And then I fed him some grain.
Here's your reward.
Yeah. But that's funny how you're always having trouble with horses. You know?
Yeah.
Usually one or so will get loose somehow.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's too funny. Good old Utah.
yeah.